When Donald Trump says jump, extreme MAGA Republicans say how high. And he ordered the Republicans to leave the negotiating table to try to jam this far-right extremist bill down the throats of the American people. There are so many challenges with this bill, too many to detail. It's all part of a broader scheme to pass massive tax cuts for billionaire donors, the wealthy, the well-off, and the well-connected, and then to stick working-class Americans with the bill. This entire scheme. And as Democrats, we want no part of it because we're fighting hard to make life better for everyday Americans, to make sure that when you work hard and play by the rules in the United States of America, you should be able to provide a comfortable living for yourself and for your family. Educate your children, purchase a home, have access to health care. Go on vacation every now and then. One day retire with grace and with dignity. That's the American dream. As House Democrats, we're fighting to preserve.
All seven out of seven swing states all voted for President Trump because they wanted that agenda implemented. And what irates the Democrats the most? The fact that President Trump is following through on the promises that he made, actually doing the things he said he would do. He's securing the border. That was the number one issue all across this country. No matter which state you went to, people wanted a secure border, and he's following through on it. And yet the Democrat Party is criticizing him for doing that part of his job. Rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse in government, something that should be bipartisan. In fact, it used to be bipartisan to root out waste, fraud, and abuse. But now because Donald Trump is doing it, the Democrat Party of today up here in Washington is so consumed with hatred that they oppose even rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse. That has been not only highlighted up here, but people around the country are talking about getting rid of that waste once they've seen it. A lot of this was a veil that was pulled down where people couldn't even find out what was going on because the payment systems were being hidden by the Biden administration. We couldn't even find out about a lot of that spending that we were anecdotally hearing about. But finally, you saw it on full display. And it was so embarrassing that some of those employees have left. Fortunately, a lot of that taxpayer money that was being wasted is now being saved. And the money is being recouped so that we can shore up programs that work vitally for people. The president talked about Social Security, a program that we help protect. When you've got somebody that's listed as 300 years old in the Social Security system, that shows you the kind of fraud and abuse that's going on. And the fact that President Trump is willing to confront that and take it on so that people actually paid into the program their whole lives can get the benefits they deserve. That's what people elected President Trump and this majority on the Republican side to do. But you would think Democrats would want to join in and help accomplish that. And yet here they are on this floor talking about things that aren't even in the bill, trying to scare people, talking about cuts to veterans in the bill. And maybe because they just didn't read the bill, it's only 99 pages long, I would urge them to go read it. They might actually vote for this bill in the next hour because they'll realize, in fact, the cuts that they're talking about are not true. They're not in the bill. There's an increase for veterans in this bill. You know what else is in this bill, Mr. Speaker? And I want to applaud, again, the chairman of the Appropriations Committee and his members for negotiating something that's been needed for a long time, and that is the largest pay raise for our junior enlisted military personnel in over 40 years. Now, if somebody doesn't think our men and women in uniform deserve that pay raise, maybe they'll vote no. I'm proud to say I'm going to be voting yes to support our men and women in uniform who've been waiting for that raise and deserve it. How can you justify a no vote on that, Mr. Speaker? That's actually in the bill. As they talk all day about what's not in the bill, because they were against it before it was even written, if they actually read this bill, again, only 99 pages, it's a pretty quick read, you would find out that pay raise for our troops is in the bill. Stronger funding for our veterans is in the bill. But why are they voting no, you would ask? just because the name of the president is Donald Trump. I think the people of this country are fed up with that kind of hatred that consumes people here in Washington.